Core field stabilized. Intaro Adun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be a PvP for patron Daniel and those of you who enjoy PvP. Got this replay from RJB. It's gonna be Bisu versus Jaehoon here on Overwatch. An excellent game featuring two incredible players. Woof! Alright, so top left, we have Bisu. And in the bottom right, we have the blue Protoss player. It's gonna be Jaehoon. Under his Smurf name, Yep, that's exactly right. I believe I pronounced that particularly how Jaehoon intends it to be pronounced. So yeah, the story of Daniel is he's been a patron of mine for years at this point. And he's at a level where he could get some perks. And I was like, okay, what perks do you want, Daniel? And he was like, you know what? Just cast a PvP for me every month, and I'll be a happy camper. And I was like, done. You got it, man. I need something to encourage me to cast PvPs, because I like them. They're a lot of fun. I don't know. My brain goes, mirror matchup, not as popular. And that's true, but they're really fun to cast. PvP is, there's going to be drops. That's the thing about this, is there will be drops. There will be High Templar Storm drops. There will be Reaver drops. There will be Archons fighting with each other. It's going to be a lot of blue, in addition to the blue that Jaehoon is sporting now. So both players opening with a gateway. Pretty standard stuff. This is a two-player map, so you can't really hide. You can't hope your opponent scouts the wrong way and doesn't see your Nexus first play, which would be so risky anyway. Bisu would not do that against a legend such as Jaehoon here. Bisu is still competing in ASLs, which is so good to see. I believe this is a 2020 replay, something like that. Again, RJB replay. Check him out at RJBTV, youtube.com/RJBTV. He does fastest map. It is his wheelhouse. And he's a cool dude. Cybercore coming in. Oh, hold on. Hold your horses. There's no Cybercore coming up from Bisu yet. Oh, but he is getting gas. So, like, what? Why would you not? Maybe it's just an order of operations thing. No, but the gas is done here from Jaehoon. So, yeah, there's the Cybercore. Okay. So, it's a little bit slower on the Dragoon stuff here, but nothing too crazy. Look at this Zealot. He's like, let me chase this probe, you stupid friendly probes. Look, he's going to get all caught up on him again. The probe's like, hey, come on. Come on. Come on. I'm right here. And he's like, just like more and more frustrated. These stupid friendly probes are blocking my path. All they want to do is murder this enemy. Oh, and then he throws down a pylon right in the mineral line just to be annoying. Ah, fantastic. Zealot's out from Bisu. Oh, and his Zealot's down here too. So his Zealot shows up. Oh, but a Dragoon pops from Jaehoon. So a Zealot and a Dragoon will beat a Zealot. That is some pretty basic StarCrafty math for sure. Pretty good micro from Jaehoon as well. I don't think he's allowed this Zealot to get any kills. Wow, he's just absolutely surrounded by death there. He's out. The pylon is down. This Zealot's like, well, if my friend is dead, there's no reason for me to go down there at all. He's a ride or die kind of a guy, but once his friend is dead, it's time to go home. Fair enough. So a bit of some Zealot aggression there. Probe harass was annoying. Pylon in the mineral line was annoying, but Jaehoon held on. No damage to Jaehoon during that battle. I don't think he lost a probe. I don't think he lost in anything at all. His Dragoons are out. Does he still have his Zealot, or did that one die? Zealot. They still got his Zealot down here. Fantastic. So everything's fine from Jaehoon. In fact, I'd even say he's ahead. There's a pretty decent amount of stuff invested in Bisu with that pylon. And then the two Zealots, one of which died. So I'd say Jaehoon is up, and his expansion goes down before Bisu's does. Not a whole lot faster. Like, ba-bam. It's almost a cut, wham-bam situation there. But it was ahead. And, you know, in a PvP, in a mirror matchup where, I mean, you just can't rely on direct counters necessarily. I mean, look. There are counters in mirror matchups, but it's not quite the same as playing PvZ, right? Or playing PvT. Like, you need to know what your opponent is up to and what they're likely to do. And in this matchup, it's going to be a lot of Dragoons, a lot of Speedlots, Archons, Storm, Reavers. Those are going to be the plays. Will we see anything else? Usually not. That's not usually a thing we see in PvP. Maybe some arbiters. Maybe a little stasis for coolness. Maybe a recall or two, which would also be awesome. But not really required. Like, we've just seen a lot of PvPs where it's just a lot of mashing Dragoons and Zealots and Archons against each other, with Reavers backing up each of those gateway armies, and then maybe some High Templar sprinkling storms in on the other side too. So it's a lot of splash damage. It's not as effective as the splash damage is versus Zerg or Terran, however, but you know, it's still good. Reavers hitting for 100 damage with splash is still an amazingly effective thing. Good stuff. Good stuff. What's going on? Last week I watched The Sandman on Netflix. It's a Neil Gaiman adaptation of a comic series. Pretty good. I think it's kind of like, it's almost a Halloween style show. I feel like maybe they would have done better if they'd released it in, 6 weeks from now rather than in early September. Because it really does have the atmosphere of basically being spooky, and like there's the occult involved, and there is like Satan involved, and the Sandman is in charge of dreams. So there's dreams, there's good dreams, and then there's nightmares that he's in charge of. Like, there's all this stuff that is just kind of, I feel like it'd be more effective if it was Halloween outside, if it was darker earlier and chillier, and it was just that time of year. I don't know. I'm still of the opinion that the first season of Stranger Things really took off when Halloween hit. I don't know if they released during Halloween, but that's when I watched it. That's when the word of mouth finally reached me. Because season 1, there was no advertising for it. Barely any at all. That was a word of mouth show. Just like a lot of Netflix stuff is. A lot of stuff that Netflix explodes with, it's just word of mouth. Like Squid Game. Squid Game, word of mouth, for sure. Anyway, yeah, I watched the season 1 of Stranger Things in late October, and it was great. It really helped with the atmosphere, I feel like. And then they keep releasing the new seasons in like July, and it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't have the same atmosphere. Anyway, I like The Sandman. I can recommend it. It's kind of a slow-paced, determined. It's a kind of show that knows what it is, and I like that about it. Citadel coming in here from Jaehoon, getting Observatory 2. Yada, 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 yada. He's got a robotics facility. Both players are poking around each other. Support bay. Just now warping in from Bisu 2. Yeah. Just containing a little bit. Bisu might try to take a third. What is this probe up to? I see you down here. What are you working on, friend? Proxy Stargate for scout harass. Oh, yeah. Problem is, scouts die immediately to Dragoons. Like, a scout is doing stuff, and 2 Dragoons show up, and the scout's like, right. I'll just die then, thanks. They're so slow. The ground attack is bad. Shuttle heading down here from Bisu early. Didn't wait for the Reaver, strangely enough. So maybe gonna try maybe a fake out? Like this observer sees this shuttle coming in. Oh. Maybe forcing Jaehoon to respond to this. Because he is. He's like, shuttle's coming over here from Bisu. Reposition the Dragoons. Ah! And then it's just like, just kidding. You don't even know if it's empty or not, because all it did was turn around. That could have had 2 Reavers in it, and maybe it'll come back. Maybe it'll still have 2 Reavers in it. Oh, boy. Yeah. Bisu kind of has a contain going, so he's going to try to sneak a third base in. It really feels like he is. Got a pylon here. He's got a probe up this way. He's throwing up a pylon here, too. So maybe he doesn't want to expand up here. He wants to make sure that Jaehoon doesn't expand up there instead. It's a possibility, to be sure. So it's 91 and 98 supply. Look. The first 10 minutes of a PvP, unless someone's going for like a crazy aggressive 2-3 gate Dragoon kind of a thing, and they're trying to kill their opponent off of 1 base, both players macroing up at about the same rate. Both players have exactly 48 probes, and exactly 2 bases, and exactly 2 assimilators, and they're on the same tech. Storm is on the way from Jaehoon, rather than the Reaver stuff. So it is not the exact same tech. But it is the splash, nevertheless. And the good thing about making High Templar is, yeah, you storm and you storm, and then you make Archons, which are still really good. Because the Archons, not great against Dragoons, but really good against Speedlots. And Speedlots are a big part of this matchup, as we've said a few times already. So Reaver pops out, joins his buddy inside the comfy shuttle. How do 2 Reavers fit inside a shuttle? Space-time continuum shenanigans. That's all I can tell you about it. Protoss has space magic. That's the answer. They can't recover from damage done to their bodies, but they can squeeze 2 Reavers into a single shuttle. Even 2 Dragoons in a single shuttle is insane. Look at that. That shuttle, the footprint rather, of a Dragoon is bigger than the footprint of a shuttle. Insane. Third base warping in. Jaehoon, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock from Bisu a little bit later. Let's see, we're at 278, 229, 300, and that's 245. Yeah, so a little bit faster. Like, the expansion timings here for Jaehoon have just been a microsecond faster. That's not true. It's like some seconds faster, but not that many. Not that many. But yeah, if you like the PvP, hit that like button. You can just subscribe to me too if some of you aren't subscribed. I'm here 6 times a week with StarCraft Brood War content, all right? How could you ever ask for anything more of it? I love these observers looking at each other. Hey man, how's it going? Good? You? Fantastic. I like this map a lot. A lot of places to hide. Yeah, me too. It's great. Anyway, yeah, you can subscribe. What was I going to say? And maybe leave a comment thanking Daniel for the PvP. Because if you're a PvP fan, you don't get these a lot. And if Daniel didn't exist, I don't think you would get these. You would get these less often than you do. Let's just say that. Again, not that I don't like PvP. My brain is really calibrated to be like, nobody watches mirror matchups. I'm going to do TVZs and PVTs and PVZs, and everyone's going to love them. And they do. You do like all those ones, but you need to give some respect to the PvP, and I am right now. Ah, DT wanders into the third base of Jaehoon. Look at this timing. That cannon's not up yet. So he chases all the probes away after killing 3 of them, and kills the cannon. And the observer's out of position to deal with this. Wait, where is the observer? There's the second observer. Great, and the DT escapes. Honestly, what a cheeky, cheeky DT. So now it is, well, it's still 53 to 51 workers. Still a lead here from Jaehoon. Are we just going to get maxed out and then go punch each other in the face? Is that what this is? +1 attack is done for the gateway units for Bisu. +1 attack is almost done for Jaehoon. If there were to be a big engagement here, before that +1 finished, it would be fairly bad for Jaehoon, but I don't think that's going to happen. That +1 attack is almost done. Yep, there it is. So we're 1-1. Bisu's ahead on upgrades, but it's going to be a while before that +2 kicks in. And are they just on the wrong sides of the map now? Bisu... No, they're going to meet. They're going to meet here. Yeah. Observer from Jaehoon sees what's up. He was up here. He knew where Bisu was. So yeah, they're dancing. This is the traditional dance of the Protoss. When it's mating season for the Protoss, they will go back and forth across the prairie to get the attention of a potential mate. And if the timing is right, then they will rush at each other with great ferocity, and a lot of stuff's gonna die. See what I said? Archon, Storm, Reavers, Dragoons in the back. Jaehoons are kind of everything is getting some really nice hits off here. A lot of Zealots are dying. That's what they do in these matchups, is Zealots die. But oh, Bisu sending his Zealots in. They are jumping on top of these Dragoons quite nicely. Archon flank attack on the right side, kind of alone. They need to back out. These Archons are just not a match for Dragoons here. And they're, they both escaped? Wow, I thought they were both dead, and they both lived instead. Amazing. So yeah, it's 120 to 112 supply. I mean, it's just, both players lost a ton of stuff there. But they're okay. Both of them have basically the same amount of income, a 2-worker lead for Jaehoon right now. It's not that Bisu couldn't have 53 probes if he wanted. I kind of feel like he's just intentionally not getting 53 probes, you know? As you do sometimes. Bisu heading up right side. I don't know what this plan is exactly. What are you looking for? Beats me. He just heads home. I guess he's just looking to see if Jaehoon's creeping up this way. Because an attack up this ramp into this third base would be disastrous for him. But I don't know. Like, he's got advanced warning in a couple different places here. Ooh, 4th base. Jaehoon's 4th base is coming in. Oh man, Bisu doesn't even have a 4th base started yet. Jaehoon, Jaehoon, Jaehoon. Let's go. I don't think I'm pronouncing that name right. Is it Jaehoon or Jaehoon? I don't know. Have I seen... Yeah, Hero. Hero's a name with a hard H. Maybe it is Jaehoon. I'm going to keep calling him Jaehoon. Nobody's gotten mad at me for it yet. 175 to 160 supply. Bisu has a big lead here. His +2 is going to kick in. He's going to have that little window where his +2 is here and it's not here for the Jaehoon. Bisu waiting for it? No, he's just really just marching down this way, isn't he? No 4th base. Okay, so maybe Bisu's going to try to win this thing and be like, Jaehoon, you fool. You made a 4th base and you're saturating it. Instead of making army units, you're going to die as a result. Look how many hits it takes to kill a Zealot, man. Zealots are so dang tanky. Oh, there it is. The +2's up. The +2's up. The multiple gateways are here. Bisu's like, I don't know. Oh, he checked. He probably checked the upgrades for Jaehoon as like +1. But I have +2. Let's go. Nope, he's not. I would, and that's why I'm not Bisu. Bisu is just that much smarter than I am. The dancing is real, though, man. Okay, are we committing? That High Templar wants to get home. He does. He makes it home, and then he runs back into the... Okay, that wasn't ideal. God, the Storms, the Archons, the Reavers coming in from the top side. They're getting massive hits. All sorts of massive hits on this army of Jaehoons. But it's 140 to 146 supply. It's not even that big of a difference here. Did he snipe the obs? He might have sniped the obs for Bisu. This DT is getting some work done. Dude, sniping the Reavers would be amazing. Obs coming in. So that's a dead DT. But yeah, 124 to 113 supply. Jaehoon's not that far behind right now. He's not. Oh, Bisu thinks about coming into the 3rd base. Thinks better of it. He doesn't want to get flank attacked and pinned back here. Stuck inside here would be bad. Okay, look, man. Jaehoon's got a 4th base. He's transferred a bunch of his workers from his main over there. 4th base is up from Bisu too, but there are no workers at it yet. That's because they're now transferring. I mean, that is a huge, huge chunk of probes. Doing a probe train there. 144 to 136 supply. Still 51 to 53 workers. Nobody's made a probe in a while. The probes evacuate from the 4th. Where's Jaehoon's army? Jaehoon says, screw it. I can't defend that 4th. Go. Go kill Bisu's 4th base instead. Oh, this is problematic. So Bisu's got all this advantage here. Leaving behind 3 Zealots to kill the 4th base of Jaehoon's. Very, very good. Big attack coming into the 4th base. Bisu cannot hold this. It's not happening. He wants to keep his probes alive, which is okay, but he doesn't have anywhere to put them. Okay, so both players snipe each other's 4ths. It's funny that James is still alive, but it's dead. It's alive, but it's dead. We're alive, but we're dead. Name that movie. One of my favorites. One of my all-time favorite films. So it's 168 to 155 supply. Bisu is looking good. Both players really, really wish they had a 4th. Why are you hanging out up here? What does it provide for you to hang out on the dead 4th location? Maybe you hope the probes are coming back? I think maybe Bisu was like, I'll just send the probes back there for long-distance mining. Oh, no! All of Jaehoon's army is there. It's going to come down to one of these battles. Bisu's up. 176 to 162 supply. DT is moving out. Observer saw that guy. I wonder if he's checking to see if the 4th base is coming in, too. From Jaehoon. Both players are worried about this. Oh, Bisu taking the top right base as a 4th. That's big. That's actually really big here. He's managed to sneak a 4th Nexus in while being up in overall worker count and overall supply here. I guess most of that is just workers. That doesn't really help him in a battle like this. But Reavers are great. A lot of High Templar are here too. Jaehoon needs to make a push up here. He needs to just... I know it's scary to go through an army of Bisu, but he needs to come up here and take down that 4th base. If he doesn't, if he just sits back here and defends, that's not going to work out for him. Yeah, Bisu's not interested in trying to end it here. It doesn't feel like, but Jaehoon needs to. He needs to get up here and kill this thing, and Bisu is guarding it jealously. Handful of Zealots coming down the left side as it looks like maybe Jaehoon is going to expand down here. He's kind of positioning like he will, and Jaehoon sends all of his army down here to deal with these 4 Zealots. That is not a good play. There's 2 cannons that defend against Zealot attacks potentially coming into the 3rd base. The upgrades are, oh, it's +3 attack for Bisu, but +1 armor here for Jaehoon. He's got +2 attack and +1 armor. Very interesting stuff. Bisu's working on his +1 armor as well. Here it is, big time engagement. These Reavers have not died today. I'm pretty sure these are the initial 2 Reavers from this game. So many more Archons for Bisu, though. And wow, 150 to 116 supply. The Archons, the Reavers, the Zealots, the Storm's not as good. And the higher Archon count makes Bisu our winner today in 20 minutes and 24 seconds. Honestly, dead impressive stuff. I need to check the kill counts on those Reavers if we can possibly get them. But GG to Bisu. Lost his 4th, but he killed Jaehoon's 4th first. He kept his 4th base alive. He kept a better worker count. He had more Archons there, which I really think matters. The Archons just shrug off storms a lot more easily than Dragoons and Zealots do. Slow it down just a little bit here. Where are my Reavers at? 13 kills and... No! 9 kills. Okay. 12 kills. Okay, okay. Yeah, look at this. The Archons just front-lined it there the whole way through. Yeah, Archon, honestly, pretty good unit. This DT's in here as well with 4 kills. Nice job, bud. High Templar, 0 kills on this guy. Embarrassing. That's what happens when you're storming Archons. It's hard to kill them. So, yeah, I mean, PvP sometimes just does that. Both players are macroing really well. It's a very close game. The base count is even. And then in the last, 3 minutes, everything happens, right? You get bases sniped. Bisu manages to sneak a base, and then Jaehoon's like, well, one last engagement here. If I can win this, then I can win the game. I can go to the 4th base and kill it and keep this ball rolling, maybe expand myself. But no, Bisu had too many of these boys here. 8 kills, 4 kills, 2 kills, 4 kills. Dragoon's back here, 4 kills. Just racking them up. DT front lines, 0 kills. He's been getting kill stealed by Archons all day, hasn't he? This poor dude. Very, very sad dude. Oh, that was great. That was a really good PvP. Very fun. Very fun. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and check out the final score here. And it's going to be, I'm guessing Bisu has the lead. 154,000 for Bisu, 137 for Jaehoon. That'll do it. He got outproduced by Jaehoon, but out-killed in a wider discrepancy there. So that's going to be a big part of why this happened. Both players lost exactly 6 buildings, which is nuts. And then resources, Bisu outspent by about 2,000 in 20 minutes. But it really came down to composition there. It really came down to just more Archons. You tried to bring Psionic Storm to an Archon battle. It's just not going to work out for you, is it? Not as well, no. All right, that was great. That was a really good PvP, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.